Hello everyone and welcome to Fiction Worlds. My name is Sophie and I'm your host, and today I'm coming to you with a wrap-up, I guess. So I haven't posted in a long time. I'm pre-filming stuff, so it makes sense. And this means I haven't really told you what I've read. So let's change it. So this video is going to be in August and a September wrap-up, because that's basically all the information I have is for August and September. So let's go. So for August I have a lot of spreadsheets for this actually, and for August I actually have the ratings as well. So these are no particular order. These are not in the order I've read them. Just a heads up. So first book in this list is Daughters of the Dragon by William Andrews. I read this on my Kindle and I gave it a 4.0. Wait, what? 4 out of 5 stars. Then we have The Clique by Lisi Harrison, also on my Kindle, and I gave this 2.5 stars out of 5. Yeah, I would actually give it 2 in the long run. Then we have Pride by Ibi Zoboi. I kind of give that one 2.5 out of 5. Not my favorite book. Then I read this, I listened to it on Scrib. Then we have Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. I listened to it on Scrib, but I also had the printed edition with me, and I gave that 4.5. Then we have Shadow of the Fox, which I listened to on Script. I also had the printed edition by Julie Kagawa, and I gave that one 4 stars. I listened to Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. I do not give ratings to rereads unless I feel like my rating is drastically changed. Then I do, but otherwise I just don't give it a rating. I just read it. Then we have One of Us is Lying by Karen and McManus. Listened to it on Scribd and I gave it 4.5, which is pretty good. We have Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief by Riordan, which was also a reread for me. Which I listened to it on Audible, same with Harry Potter. The Last of August by Brittany Cavallaro was on Script. I listened to it on Script and I gave it a 3.0, which wasn't as high as the first book in the series, but it's okay. It's still good. I don't know why people are always like 3.0 is like nothing. It's not good, but no, it's still good. It's like halfway. Kind of. Yeah, no, kind of. Then we have The Grimm Legacy by Polly Shulman, which I also listened to it on Script. And that actually really surprised me. I gave it 3.5, but I think at the long run I might actually give it 4. But sometimes you don't notice it until afterwards, what you thought of it. Then we have On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. I listened to it on Script and I gave it a 4.0. We actually really liked it. Some parts weren't really my thing. And then we have Spellslinger by Sebastien de Castell. I listened to it on Audible. I gave it 4.0s. And these were all my books I read for the News Readathon. Then we have my books that I read for the Goblet of Fire. There are some double laps. I'm not going to say the rating. I'm just going to say the title. We have The Last of August. We have Sapphire Blue by Kerstin Gier, which was also on Script, and I gave it a 4.0. This is technically a reread, but because I read it in English, I think I can still rate something before that. I also did listen to Ruby Red by Kerstin Gier before that in the same month. It's not on here because it didn't count into any challenges, but I still read it. Then we had To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. I had it on Audible and I gave it a 3.5. Then we have Sorcery of Thorns. Then we have Young Justice, the first comic by Art Baltazar and Mike Norton. I gave that one 3.5 and the second one I actually gave 4 out of 5, and the second one is called Young Justice Volume 2, Training Day, and it's by the same authors, artists, I'm not sure. Then we have The Bad Beginning, a series of unfortunate events, number 1 by Lemony Snicket, and I listened to it on script and I gave it a 3.0. And the comics I actually read, because I was able to take them for a friend of mine. Then we have the books for the Read-O-Rama. I have On the Come Up, Shadow of the Fox, One of Us is Lying, and Battle Angel Alita is by Yukito Kishiro. And I gave that one 4.0 and I read it on my Kindle. And then we have Hold Still by Nina Lacour, which I listened to on script and I gave it a 3.5, so not too bad. So besides those books, I also decided to read and listen to Inkheart by Cornelia Funke. And that's basically what I read for August. So for September, I did not join any readathons except for one, and that's because I was in Serbia and I didn't want to take too many books with me. So most of them were actually audiobooks. I didn't really read too much, but it's okay. It was gone. So I read the Lemony Files by J. Christoph and me and authors. Me and author names every time. By J. Christoph and Amy Kaufman. Oh my god. Then we have Marriage of 1,000, which was Lemony was fine. It wasn't like the way everyone talked about it. I imagined it to be like amazing, but most times I actually found it kind of a little bit confusing. The audiobook, so I don't know, I might like it more as a print, this one. Which is ironic because everyone else was like, get the audiobook, it's going to be amazing. It's okay. Then we had Marriage of 1,000 Lies, which is by S.U. Sindhu. I'm not really sure yet. It's been a month. Still not sure what to think of that book. Then we have the funnest book. It's Cat in the Hat by Dr. Seuss. I'm not gonna rate that book. It was nice, but I'm not gonna rate it. And then probably my favorite book of that month, Soul of Stars by Ashley Poston. Sorry. But I loved that book. I flew through it. I read it on my Kindle and I loved it. Once I was back inside, and I mean the last time I read Heart of Iron was a year ago. So I was surprised at how much I still was able to understand. Like, I was a tiny little bit confused at the beginning, but then I was fine. Considering that it is a little time span between those two big books, but there is still one and everything. I don't know, I'm quite happy that it wasn't too big of a problem. But I loved that book. 5 out of 5. Yes, please. I'm so sad there was only 2 books. I want more. Then we have The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. Actually, I didn't know that was her. And then probably the book that took me the longest, the book that was the longest book that I've read so far in my reading career, Anna Karenina by Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy, oh my god. And let me check in my things how long it took me to read this book. Literally, every day I read something. I started on the 13th and I finished it on the 23rd. It took me 10 days to get there. I mean 2 days I didn't listen to anything, but otherwise I listened to every day. Like that book is like 900 pages. I listened to it, but still it was ridiculous. It was a nice book, but not the easiest one. And I just finished Pride and Prejudice not too long ago, which I started in September, but I finished it in October. And after that, Pride and Prejudice, which was nicer. It wasn't, okay, not nicer. Nicer is the wrong word. It was easier. It still wasn't the easiest, but after Anna Karenina, it was easier. It's okay. Both were nice books. But yeah, I'm not sure what that hair flick was. Yeah. So, I hope you liked this video. If you did so, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. I post videos every Wednesday. I just changed my schedule. Just kidding. I post videos every Monday and Saturday. But you can still click on the bell right next to that, because yeah, we know me. We don't know how long this is going to hold. Yep. If you like this, keep on reading and see you next time. Bye!